Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. How did everything go?
So this past week I went back to the surf club for the second time, and I feel like everyone kind of recognizes me, even though it's only my second time. Like there aren't a lot of people, so it's like exciting because I feel like they're like kind of looking for me to make sure I'm there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then I exchanged numbers with Kendall, like you
Yeah,
mentioned.
perfect. Have you
And
guys texted a little bit
yeah,
already?
we texted over the weekend. Again, I'm not trying to be too pushy with our friendship, so I'm like kind of taking it slow, seeing if she wants to go get dinner this week, but I'm just being like pretty casual.
That's great. And has anything else happened?
Um, I'm really excited for winter break. Oh my gosh. Me and my roommate, we finally talked. It was in the last week and I thought about what I said about wanting to like figure this out and get through whatever stretch we were having, and I just pulled her aside and I was like, "Hey, listen, like things have been weird and I want to figure it out before we go home for winter break." And she said she was thinking the same thing, but she was waiting for me to say something.
That's great. And what do you think led to this happening?
I don't know. I think I kind of felt like a I just felt like I wanted some closure onto why we weren't friends anymore, and she told me, she was like, "You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I think, you know, I got a little homesick as well. So we were both feeling the same thing. We just like she decided to like close me off." And I think that was why she stopped talking to me, and it makes a lot of sense now. So I think moving forward, we definitely like reconnected in our friendship, and I think we're like going into break like really like with good mindsets.
Good one. I'm really glad to hear.
Me
I
too.
feel like all the positive actions and like steps forwards
Yeah.
have even affected your relationship with your roommate,
Mhm.
and that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very glad.
Thanks.
And
Me too.
I feel like we are at a pretty good point. I feel like you got at a lot of what I was trying to portray to you.
Yeah.
And you've been putting actions and taking action into your own hands and trying to form the connections that you were seeking.
Yeah.
So, would you feel comfortable with redoing the basic needs survey?
Yeah.
And seeing how you feel now?
Definitely.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So do you want to like talk through it, or do you just want me to like fill it out and give it to you?
You could go ahead and do it, and
Okay.
then we'll talk about it after.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So right off the bat, I see that everything has either stayed the same or moved up a lot, which is great.
Mhm.
And why do you think that?
So I think, well, just looking at it, the love and belonging, that kind of made the biggest jump. And I feel like once, even though it was only a short span of time, I feel like once I um, was able to like get out of my comfort zone and go to the club meeting and make friends, I felt even just like the slightest bit more like connected to like the school, um, and I felt like I had a real connection with somebody else that wasn't my roommate. So that for me was like a huge stepping point, and maybe I don't need this whole group of friends. Maybe I just need one really good friend
Yeah.
to move forward.
And that also gives you a little bit more control in
Yeah.
your life. And I see that your power
It shifted a little
needs
bit.
shifted up, which is great. I
Yeah.
feel like you have more control in your life. Is that correct?
Exactly. Especially after talking with my roommate, I feel like before I felt pretty powerless because I didn't know what she was feeling, what I was feeling, why we were in this fight to begin with. And I feel like after talking with her, I definitely have a better understanding. And moving forward, I think we can both do things to like kind of improve our friendship. And I think that gives like me equal power as well as her equal power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like you have all the tools necessary now. So you
Yeah.
have all the positive, proactive choices, and you could continue to use the worksheet in order to attain your goals
Yeah.
in the future. And that's why I feel comfortable, if you're comfortable, that we don't have meet once a week. We could maybe meet in the next 2 months as a check-in to see how you're doing,
Okay.
and then go from there.
Okay. I think that sounds good.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
See you in 2 months.
Bye.